friends, welcome back to another Renee's recap. Today I am recapping spring break. It literally just ended yesterday, and so today is Monday and some things have changed. So basically spring break ran from, sorry, let me get my calendar. So basically spring break kind of ran from March 7th until the 15th. And so I'm gonna kind of go through my week and then intertwined in there talk about some of the stuff with the coronavirus and talk about sort of how things have unfolded at this point. And this is, so today is the 16th, it's Monday, and I'll talk about all of that. So on Saturday, I was so excited. I decided that I was gonna do a solo date. I used to do these a lot more last year, but as I have grown and matured, I decided that I wanted to start taking myself out more. And so like last year, solo dates were like I went to go see Wicked by myself. I went to lots of movies actually by myself. Movies, I went to a poetry reading once. Anyways, all that to say, I went on a solo date and I went to do like dinner and a movie, but I often do movie first and dinner. So I went to see the My Hero Academia movie. I think it's called Heroes Rising. It was so good. So as many of you know, I am like super into anime. It is like one of my favorite things in the world. I've watched it for well over 10 years at this point, and I just love it. It's a big part of who I am, and all that to say, I went to go see this movie in Japanese and they had subtitles. It was so great because I was worried that seeing it in America they would only have the English dubbed version, but if you are an anime watcher, you know that some people really don't like dubbed anime, and I am one of those people. So anyways, I went to do that and it was so good. And then I went to dinner. Dinner was okay. I went to what's this place called? Hot Shots, and I got toasted ravioli, which is what I really wanted, and it was great. It was like a little country bar over in Illinois, and it was great. It was a great solo date, cool beans. Sunday all day I worked on my diversity paper, and so as I talked about last week, we got an extension, but the due date was kind of fuzzy, so I was like, I'm just gonna get it done now. And basically I got most of it done on that Sunday. So then that moves us to Monday. I had an interview at the assessment place I was telling you about. I think it went really well. I kind of like interviewing. Like I get nervous, no lie, but I think that I interview really well, and I had like pretty good letters of recommendation and all that good stuff. Well, at least that's what she said. She said I had glowing letters of recommendation, and so that went really well. And then after that, I took myself to lunch. I love this place called Panda Express. I've been eating it a very long time, and it's just one of my favorite places to eat. So I went there, and it was probably one of the best Panda Express experiences I've had in this area in a very long time. It was so good. And then I went back to campus for a little bit and scored up some assessments. I had just like a few more left to do, and it was fine. Tuesday was a regular day for me because the elementary school was still open. And so I went to the elementary school. I started up my first groups. And so I was trying to think what else I was gonna say about that. Yeah, so basically I started up my like second round of groups for the spring semester. And basically it was just a regular day. Went to elementary school, went to my other placement. It was pretty regular. So then also on Tuesday, they suspended in-person classes at my university. And so we technically were on spring break. Well, we technically were on spring break that day. And so they suspended all in-person classes, and they were like, we'll let you guys know what we're going to do to like adjust basically. So it was Tuesday. Wednesday, pretty regular day, nothing too stressful. I work in the elementary school in the mornings. I started up my Wednesday group, went really well. The kids are really awesome, like it went great. no big deal there. I gave some therapy, I had an initial consult, and then I had supervision. It was just a pretty regular Wednesday. Nothing really exciting happened that Wednesday. Thursday, I went and got my hair braided because I didn't want to do my hair anymore. So basically that took, I think I was done by like 8:40. So I went at 8 and I was done by like 12:40-ish. Like I got home at 12:40. So yeah, it was a pretty regular day. And then on this day, they announced that they were going to, so classes were suspended for the next week. And then on the week of the 23rd, they are going to start doing remote classes via Zoom. And yeah, that was pretty much it Thursday. I also worked on my diversity paper quite a bit to just finish it up and be done with it. So then that moves us to Friday. I went grocery shopping that morning because I honestly needed to go. And it was pretty crazy out there. Like the city is out of hand sanitizer, online's out of hand sanitizer, out of tissue, out of like chicken and stuff that you could freeze. So that sort of started like me starting to be concerned about the coronavirus. And then also I had a conversation with my father about me being high risk technically because I have asthma. And so Friday was pretty like, I don't want to say panicky, but like I was kind of freaking out because I was like, oh crap. And also on Friday, we also were told that we're still supposed to be seeing clients in our psychological services center. As of this moment, we're still seeing clients. And so there's just a lot of like logistics that aren't very clear at this point. And honestly, like nothing's very clear at this point. This is all very like unprecedented, and it's kind of, it's just hard. Like it's a hard adjustment. And so I have been trying to just like manage my anxiety about this whole situation. I've been practicing social distancing and all of that, but I mean, it's scary. Like it's just, I'm not really sure what else to say about it besides it's scary, and I'm not really sure how things are going to go down in our city, and more broadly our country. I think that one of the issues with social distancing is like people feel like they have a choice at this point. And people are choosing not to be proactive and not taking care of themselves, or, you know, just like out there acting crazy, which really frustrates me because it's like, this is something that should be taken seriously and people are not taking it seriously. And it's really, really frustrating to me. And then on top of just that normal frustration, I think I'm just a bit anxious about my own health, but my clients' health, and also just what does this new normal look like? I'm not really sure. Like I'm one of those like planner people who like to, you know, have everything laid out and just know what to expect. And right now it's a period of unexpectedness, and it's scary. And yeah, I mean, I've had like a few days or so where I'm just like freaking out because I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. Like I know that I'm supposed to stay home, and I know like why, I know the reasons of staying home, like cool, I understand all of that, but it's just, I'm still not 100% clear of like what this means for like my education, my livelihood as of today. It's Monday, sorry, it's Monday the 16th, and they are starting to close down elementary schools. And so, and like the place I work at, the residential homes, they're like no visitors. And so I'm like, am I a visitor or I'm not really sure. And so it's just a lot of unknown, and I'm trying to just like sit with this ambiguity, and it's hard, and I'm trying to manage it the best I can. But in order to be transparent, I'm saying that it's hard. Like, and I understand there's tons of privilege that, like, you know, I'm able to like be working at home, and you know, I don't have like kids that I have to worry about or any other things besides me and my dog, and I get that. But also like my feelings of being anxious about my health, about other people's health, about society's health, and then just anxious about like what does this mean is valid. And lastly, I think the last thing I just wanted to say is that, like, you know, I'm trying to give myself as much grace as I can, because this is all very new and this is all very scary, and it's a transition, and transitions are hard, and blah 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 blah. And so I think I mean honestly, I would hope by the time this video comes out that we are not still dealing with this, but I feel like we might still be dealing with it. And so if you are watching this and you're feeling really anxious still, I would just hope that you take some time for yourself, maybe do some relaxing, do some like pretty thorough and intentional self-care. And yeah, that's basically all I wanted to say. Basically, I will talk about next week's video. I'll talk about what I'm doing to transition into remote learning and transition into the remote learning and just this new normal. Yeah, that's basically it. This video is kind of long. I mean, not as long as other videos, but I'm trying to keep recaps around 10 minutes or less. And so basically, if you've watched this far, leave a red emoji for my nails. Aren't they so cute? I think they are just like so pretty and springy. Leave a red emoji. And if you watch this far, follow me over on my Instagram. I'll be posting probably a lot more on Instagram than I will be on YouTube, just because more of my day-to-day life stuff is on Instagram in my stories. If you've watched this far and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. I talk about grad school, clinical psychology, life in general, other things, I'm not really sure. And yeah, so be sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you all next week. Peace out, and I love you all so much. Bye.